President Sivan Kannan, Vice President Ramakrishnan, and General Secretary E. Tangaraj. Thank you, ICF, for having me here to inaugurate and to light the lamp. Mrs. Neena Reddy and Senora Roberta Lima, bem-vindo a todos para o Festival de Cinema do Brasil. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to all of you for the Festival of Brazil. Well, at this point, if I don't recognize and appreciate the good work done by ICF team months after months to entertain us and to connect us to the entire world. I wish them all the best, and we were overwhelmed to see last few weeks ago that they hosted a Spanish film festival too, and we were very happy to be a part of the festivities. Thank you, Mr. Tangaraj, and the President and the Vice President. That was very gracious of you all. I wish you all the very best and all the good luck in the years to come. When we talk about the films are an expression of a country and its rich history and culture and its rich heritage, I must say. Today we enrich and live what expressive of stories that may not have been shared at all. Today is the platform for all of us to enhance the culture, exchange and cooperation between Brazil and India. It shows India's great respect for cultural diversity. Brazilian film has gained a new level of international acclaim in the recent years. Brazil has a long tradition in movie making. The art was introduced in the early 20th century. Brazilian films needs no introduction, I must say. There are two of the films, Central do Brasil and Fernando Meirelles, I'm sorry, its pronunciation is different, and it's called City of God. Was selected by the Times magazine, and it was also screened by the Cannes Festival. So this is how the Brazilian film is made all about. Before we go any further, I won't take much of your time. Let's see what ICF has to offer us this evening. Sit back, relax, have a great evening. Obrigado. Thank you. Nandri.
சர்வதேச திரைப்பட விழா எந்த சினிமாவை நம்ம பார்த்தாலும் I'll do a little bit of Tamil, but I'll tell you what I said. அதுலேருந்து என்ன கற்றுக்குறோங்கிறது நமக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்குல்ல. I think many of the faces here, so many familiar faces I see, we are all interested in knowing about the other countries. And I found people when they come from outside also. Roberta was very interested, and I'm going to be taking her out. நம்மளோட பீச் ஓரமாக ஃபிஷர்மேன் கம்யூனிட்டி கோவில் சாந்தோம் எல்லாம் கூட்டிகிட்டு போகிறேன்னு சொல்லியிருக்கேன். ஸோ அந்த விதத்தில் one thing we have to learn today, it's not Roberta, that's how I called her first, it's Roberta. We'll all remember that? Just like we know Hola, I think this is one additional information for us. And it's a pleasure, Vinola, I've seen you as a friend, as somebody from Chennai, to see you in official capacity here. It's a proud moment. We are a big community of film lovers here, and it will be wonderful if the consulate can support us more with filmmakers and films from all over. And I think it's a special, I mean, I don't have to tell you about Kannan sir and Tangaraj sir. We all work together on this festival. Neena has been supporting us a lot on these things. Thank you, Neena, for your presence. And one nice thing which I'd like to share is we got around to even discussing two filmmakers' names. I think Roberta and me were having coffee this evening, and they're very interested in trying to get the filmmakers here, not just the films, for our Chennai International Film Festival. So it's our personal request to each and everybody here to support for the Chennai International Film Festival also with your presence, as well as any other support you can bring in, because any festival needs the participation of many people, and unlike several other states where it is taken up totally by the central or the state government, we are a group of people working along with assistance, support from the state government to do this. So any kind of reference, organizational support, getting us connected to colleges and various things will be very interesting. I think because we've been doing this kind of work with Tangaraj sir, with 17 plus years of doing all these things, I know that when the consulate people, she was going through, I asked her what is it she liked about ICF. She was systematically telling me you followed up on several things. She had a lot of nice things to say about the way SIF is conducted, how ICF operations go on. So I'm sure we will have a lot of support from you, and we look forward to having Brazilian films during our December festival. And our conversation about getting that one filmmaker, we will give him an experience which he will not forget. Correct, Chennai? அவருக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டை அழகா காட்டி அவருக்கு தமிழ் டைரக்டர்ஸ் ப்ரொடியூசர்ஸை மீட் பண்ணணும்னு 2 பேரை பற்றி she was telling us. We will make that work. Thank you so much.
Vanakkam and good evening to everyone. I've known Mr. Tangaraj for the last, I think, about 6 years now, and 6 to 7 years closely. Yeah, okay. And okay, why I am here, I would like to say, is because of the passion of Mr. Tangaraj and Ms. Shailaja. It's really because of that. Because I know ICF has been doing fantastic work for the last 30 years, if I'm right about the number of years. And I think for the last 17 years, I think Mr. Tangaraj has been, really passionately involved in it. And from the time we have started Cinema Rendezvous from Savera about 6 years back, and I know how passionate Shailaja is about that. So these are all the factors which have brought me here. Happy to be here, and I'm glad that I could meet my old friend back here, Vinolia, again in an official space, and Roberta, right? Also, and I'm glad that she's staying at Savera, and she's going to be shown around Chennai. And we're also proud about Chennai, so I think Shailaja is going to show her all the places that we are proud about. One thing I was asking Roberta in the car when we were coming is, what is a distinct feature about Spanish movies that we need to look out for? She just had one thing to say, and that is, the movies showcase their country to us, right? All the cultural and the color and all that is portrayed through the films. But isn't that what films are all about? I think, isn't that what films are all about, that they showcase the life that goes on in a particular country or a situation? I think the feelings are the same across every country. I think mankind is the same feeling, the same emotions that we operate with. And I think only films can depict that for us, to make it like so larger than life, so that, we get to know each of these emotions. I'm an ardent film goer also. You will see me at all the shows. I don't watch Thirudu series. I like to watch it on the big screen, eating my popcorn. I enjoy my film shows, and I watch all languages. And I think it's just that I love cinema, and I'm so glad I have to be here, and I would like to thank Mr. Tangaraj for it. Thank you for inviting me and for this honor. And this is fantastic that we're going to have 5 movies being screened for the next few days. And let's watch out for all those films, and let's have a good time. Thank you very much for calling me here.
Hello, good evening. Everybody try to speak my name properly, but I won't risk to speak everyone's name in public because I'm still practicing. It's quite difficult for me. But it's really, indeed, a great pleasure to be here. It's the first time I come to Chennai. I have arrived in India just a few months ago, and I am heading the cultural section of the Brazilian embassy. And the special pleasure of screening Brazilian films that are spoken in Portuguese actually, but with English subtitles, is that they somehow showcase so many different aspects of our culture. And of course it happens to everyone's every country, when they showcase a film, they show so much more about their culture, because in one film we can see the landscapes, the people, the music, the problems. We see, when we see a foreign films, we see the differences, but also the similarities, because many problems, the deepest problems are common for everybody. They are they are universal challenges. So this combination of differences and similarities are, and the possibility of having so much about a certain country in one piece of art, it's something that strikes me when I see foreign films, and I hope you have the same experience while watching our 5 film selection here. It's just a selection. Of course, we have different perspectives that we are not covering here, but for this week we have films that that shows a little bit of our music, our football passion, our other popular arts. So I hope you can come on Wednesday evening and say, I know something about Brazil, and as I am learning a lot about India in the last few months. Thank you very much.